think we're feeding out to the folks out there. While I'm waiting for confirmation and to see some people drop in here, so I can actually, I believe we're live and the audio is good. So let us know if there's any issues. While we're waiting for that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite everyone to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list. Good thing to do. Look around the site. We've got a tab there called Merchandise that takes you to the Ballistic Ink store, so you can get like the Keep Calm and Corona on. That's Tactical Fat. Our buddy Tactical Fat, who we've always talked about here on the show forever. I believe I see the folks out there. Also, if you want to support us, you can get the Hank Strange patches that are out there right now. This one right here that I'm wiggling, which I'm showing you guys, that's the blaster patch with I've got a super suit and a laser blaster. Check that. Look at that handsome skull guy. And this one is the broadcast patch. We're going to be working on some other stuff. If you get these right now while we've got supplies, Lola is going to throw in some gunvote stickers. Please, the time is coming up. We got 2.5 weeks. Think about the Second Amendment when you're out there voting. And, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. You guys are smart enough to figure it out yourself. And with all of that being said, I am going to drop these dudes in here, and I'm going to press the button, get the show rolling.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation. Lifestyle.
Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, so you can be notified when we go live. And we are live. Come on, let's see jazz hands, guys. There you go. Jazz hands from the crew out there. I hope you got your big girl panties on, because this is episode 658 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Walter is showing off his Olight right there. It's Free for All Monday. We've got Walter. There he goes. Walter, let's see. What are you showing off? Boom.
I'm showing the run over by a garbage truck Olight.
Yeah. Was that Olight working for anyone? Was the garbage truck working for anyone when they drove it over? Do you have security footage? Does it work?
Watch out. They're on that garbage truck's on the payroll.
Yeah.
They're on the tape.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, listen. If you guys don't know what we're talking about,
we will find out shortly.
Yeah, we'll cue you into that here in a second. Babyface P also joining us, rocking his Barnauls hat right there.
That's right.
Congratulations on the Barnauls hat. You should have come to hang out with me and Roy.
I did not have time this weekend. This is the first weekend that I've been able to see Marley and relax, and I was not going to go driving down for a day, even though I wanted to.
Yeah.
When this was the first time I've been able to see Marley for a
while.
So
can I translate for everybody?
Yeah, he had to get that looking.
Mama said no.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's funny? I didn't even run it by her. I just knew she'd be like, really? Are you really going to do
really?
That? Yeah, so I didn't even. It's one of those you don't even ask because she's just going to be mad. She'll go, do whatever you want and be mad. So I was just like, I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah. Yeah. In that case, if there's ever something sitting on your shoulder telling you don't bother asking.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Don't ask. Yes. So listen.
I could have said something really bad there, but I'm just not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Save it for later, Walt. Save it for later. We got 2 hours. It's free for all. We'll get into a bunch of stuff. Big thank you to Franklin Armory. If you look down there, you'll see Franklin Armory, makers of those guys make the binary triggers, a whole bunch of other cool outside of the box, innovative, awesome stuff from the Franklin Armory crew. And thanks to them for keeping the lights on here and all that kind of good stuff. We've got there's a whole bunch of stuff to get into. There's on Friday last week we had Kevin bringing him.
How did that go?
Huh?
Did you guys get into all of their shenanigans?
Yeah, Kevin Brittingham brought up all the stuff that's going on with Q, ATF. We also had Alex Bosco of SB Tactical here, so I'm trying to make some snippets and get that up on the main channel, but you guys can check out the 2-hour podcast. I think it was really good. Walter was here also, even though nothing worked for him.
my damn headphones, I could not get them to work. So, and the Mac speakers shot.
Yeah.
So I was just like, if it looked like I was interested, and I was, but I get close to here,
Yeah. What the hell? He also looked mad the whole time. So if anyone was looking at that, I know there's a lot of people listening to this stuff. If you're looking at, he's mad, but he's mad because stuff doesn't work. I saw him throw his headsets at one point, and I was like, seriously, this is not.
I almost quit. I told Hank, I said, I almost said, fuck, I got to get out of here. I can't do this.
Yeah.
But...
And Kevin was mad because when we were talking about, before he came on, we were talking about Q and ATF, and we said some stuff that he felt like wasn't right. But, we're just going by what we hear, which we don't really know.
Saw it on the interweb. I saw it on the interweb. Yeah, well, it happens.
What was he perturbed about?
I believe I read on the interweb that ATF was upset about the way that they were advertising their product, like shoulder firing the brace. Mm-hmm. And he corrected me. And I just said that I just saw it. That's what I read. So, if it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right?
Yeah, of course. Right. Absolutely, absolutely. But he wasn't. In the end, I think everything was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. And if I misstate something, I'll be the first to say, "Hey, okay, I was wrong." All right,
Well, lots of people complain about you, Walter, because you're a pretty terrible, evil, horrible person. And we have you on the show because someone's got to make me. It's like those girls who are kind of like average, so they get ugly girlfriends. So
yeah, but
when
those
they go
girls
out there,
are average, just knock your socks off.
Yeah, but when they get like ugly girlfriends, so when they go out, they're always the better looking one. This is why I hang out with you.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I thought it was the other way. I was the other way around myself, but
everyone thinks that they're that they're the good looking one.
These things melt like chicks, They got some dimples, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, everybody's got their skills. Mine are self-evident. There are some myths about black dudes are true. So much.
And some are just myths.
We're not gonna actually say what's what. Well, to be honest with you, I'm 50-50, so I don't know what are there any myths about Indian dudes out there?
I don't know. Do you have?
They're good at stealing credit card information.
Oh, that was Babyface.
And creating cell phone apps.
They're good at that. They're really
very smart, but I don't know if I got all those smarts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I have some Indian-made kookeries. So
yes.
One here, as a matter of fact. Can you read the India on there?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I keep saying that's supposed to be mine, Walter. Come on now.
I don't think Walter agrees with that.
Well, this was a cheap one.
That's cultural appropriations, Walter. You need to give up your. If we lived in a socialist, communist country like California, you'd have to give that up to me.
Well, I go by another creed. It's called "To the victor, the spoils."
Yeah, he who pays for it keeps it.
Unfortunately, we don't abide by that in these modern times we live in. Yes.
Yeah. All Thumb says make great curry.
That's true.
That's not me. I don't make a good. Lola makes a good curry.
Thai curry is also real good too.
Yeah, Lola makes a good curry. But my mom did teach as part of the tradition of her people. My mother did pass on to my wife how to make some good curry. So I got to respect that.
And they also make some super awesome Bollywood action hero.
Oh, yep.
Where the guys fly through the air and everything else. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those movies are awesome. The first movie I ever saw was an Indian movie, by the way. That's the first movie I ever went to the movie theaters to see.
That's what happened to you.
They have a lot of those in Guyana. They had a lot of those. That's what you want to go to the movies. That's what you're going to be seeing. You're going to be watching those. So that was like the first thing I ever remember, movie-wise, I ever remember seeing. Chris Bullis says Hank is Walter's ugly girlfriend.
What?
I believe I'm the better-looking one of all of us. I'm pretty sure. We can let the people say, out of the three of us, who is the cutest? We'll get into that right now. Who's the cutest? Is it Babyface P? Hold on, look at him. Give your best smile, Patrick. Best smile. That's not a smile. Oh, that's what you got. That's a smirk. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. If you're listening on audio, you're missing out. Walter, what do you got? Let's see your best smile. Oh my God, these people. That's what Walter has. Here, I'll give my best smile. Hold on. Do you remember? Does anyone here remember Golden Child? Do you remember Golden Child? You remember that movie with Eddie Murphy?
I've seen it, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Golden Child where he's leaving Nepal, and there's some like security guys at the airport, and it looks like there's some Indian dudes, right? And one of them is like real skinny, bony guy with a big head. He's just smiling, and Eddie Murphy's like, "You're brilliant. You don't even know what you did, but you're just brilliant for what you're doing." And I don't know. That scene makes me laugh, but I'm the only one who knows about that, I guess. No one else. You guys don't know. You have no idea about Eddie Murphy movies.
Everybody, by the way,
Savages.
the vote has been cast. Oh, you can't even see him behind the chair, but the vote's been cast.
Wait, Buckshot?
Hashtag neckbone, babyface dog, buckshot. Yeah, vote's been cast.
James Miller says, Hank, that almost looked like AOC Crazy Eyes.
Those some crazy eyes.
Oh, I just had thought of something else really bad to say too. When she
Kathleen,
does that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
So listen, lots of stuff to talk about here, including there was some controversy that everyone was asking us about last week. This whole Modlite systems craziness that went down, where Modlite tried to break the internet by going nuclear on those dang bastard, what do they call it? Influencers.
I'm sure glad I wasn't on that
Such
list.
a dirty word. So there's that, which we will talk about here in a second if you're tuning in for that. Because people are asking us about that. So if you guys want to know about all that stuff or what we think about it, we will get into that here. Smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell, share this if you can. YouTube is really severely ghosting us here. On Friday we had a big episode, and I know that that Q and SB Tactical were on Noir, and they were also on with Military Arms Channel, but we had them both at the same time, which I didn't see anywhere else. And at the end of that show, we didn't have that many people. It later on did better, but that's just basically what YouTube is doing to us these days, because we bring you the truth.
Patrick's hologram is doing weird stuff with me right now.
Yeah, that's
He's
your
like
internet. Well,
hey, you're not doing nothing weird.
but it's still
All that porn you're dodownloading.
Yeah,
he's like pixelating, and but I think he's a hologram. There's no such thing as a baby face.
No,
it's
you
just a
both
hologram.
you both look good here. So let me check in. I'm going to talk about all of that stuff and whatever you guys honestly want to talk about here. But let's check in. Let's start with Babyface P. He was getting the nookie. It's all about the nookie. I did it for the nookie.
Oh,
Wait, listen, I don't kiss and tell around here.
I'm gonna grab my cell phone because Can I show that picture I showed you, Hank, or we get shut off for
Is he
that?
talking about Nookie? I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that legal?
What was this? No. You can't show. No, you can't. No. The answer is no.
I can tell them about that though, right?
Unless you could tell them about it, but unless you edit it, or if you want to send it to Patrick and see if he's gonna come up with an edited version, or maybe I would have to make it. We can't show that as it is.
I think all you have to do is just cover up the nips, right?
Yeah, but someone has to do that before we put it on air.
Walter's just trying to put his fingers.
I'll send it to you, Patrick, and you can do your magic to it if you want.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to edit that before we put that up. But if the people want it, we will do it. And as people are coming in here, they can smash the thumbs up. So Babyface, how was your weekend? What did you get up to?
What did we get up to? We did something on Saturday. I don't remember what we did on Saturday. Oh, Marley got me a sous vide last week. So Saturday night we cooked the best homemade steaks I have ever had.
Okay, I think that's on your IG, right?
Oh, they were so good.
Let me see if I can find it.
For anybody that's not aware, sous vide basically it's this little tube thing that you stick in a big thing of water, and then you vacuum seal your meat with all the seasonings in it. You put that vacuum sealed bag of meat in your water,
I'm
and
gonna
then
search. I'm gonna search. Oh, don't pay any attention to what's popping up on my phone. I'm gonna search Babyface.
The perfect temperature water around the steak. So
Boom.
For us, medium is about 134 degrees. The longer you cook the meat, it's like crock potting. So you get the perfect cook.
That looks
and
good.
It makes
that
it
looks
tender.
good.
So it was about 134 degrees for 2 hours, and then we took it to a hot skillet, seared all the edges.
What's the yellow stuff? What's the yellow stuff in there?
The yellow stuff. Au gratin potatoes.
Oh, okay.
I love au gratin potatoes.
Oh, okay.
We have one of those.
Those are some hooters. Those are some Mongo hooters.
And the funny part is when she had her shirt up, it didn't really look that like.
No, those are
some. Listen, do your editing. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Have to do some editing somewhere else.
We'll get to that.
Every race restart. She's a angel.
Yeah.
Say that.
She's an angel. She looks like an angel to me.
Yeah. So let's see here. Edward Andrews says, booty flash. Razor JB says, shake and bake. That's because of what I don't know why that comes up on my IG. That's not me. I only look at gun stuff on my IG. I don't know why there's other things when I go to search stuff. I think it's a conspiracy.
We have one of those water heaters too, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It's a water heater.
Yeah, it's all it is. It's just water heater.
Mm-hmm.
And you get it to where you want it. Then you throw it on the grill and sear it and it's pretty good. I have to admit. First couple times I wasn't really impressed because I didn't, I just want to cook in a freaking water. I was like, yeah.
The meat comes out looking disgusting.
It's kind of nasty. Yeah.
Oh, it comes out as this wet gray blob, and it looks awful.
You put a little more seasoning on it. You throw it on a hot grill. Yeah.
So good. So
next time, make a whole video, please.
You want me to do a sous vide video?
Yeah.
I want to see a video of me eating steak.
Yeah, Lola says, it's raining outside, Hank. Be careful before the lightning finds you. Only gun stuff, my eye.
Oh, no.
I only look at gun stuff. I don't, on the Instagrams, I don't look at anything else.
So
for me.
So Saturday night we had delicious steaks. Both of us only ate about half the steak. Half a steak each. So then Sunday night rolls around, and what do we make? What would you guys make as your leftover steak? And with your leftover steak, what do you make? Does anybody have
the next morning, steak and eggs? No.
Well, we didn't do breakfast. We did dinner.
Sandwiches?
Oh, we made steak sandwiches with some real good horseradish sauce, some onions. Oh, cool. And this really good fresh Publix white bread, buttered and toasted. Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh,
yeah.
It was.
Yeah, food and nookie, nothing else. That's the way how you pass the weekend. good to go. Good to go.
That's right.
One has to get his energy back.
Yeah, poor Brookshot was locked out of the room. He was like, I don't know what's happening. Somebody's hurting mommy. You got to get in there.
He's hurting mommy.
Much more detail, but I'm gonna say that.
I sure hope it's the other way around myself, really.
Okay, that one we don't want to know. We don't want to know about that. If Patrick is in there yelling, who knows?
It's a good time, man. It's a great time.
From what he said about when he was in college, who knows? He says everything. What did you say about college? Everything you did in college was okay? That doesn't count or something like that?
I don't know if I ever said that. I never did anything that weird in college.
Walter, what was up with you? You were competing. You were actually competing this weekend, or what were you up to?
Okay, this week or Saturday, I believe, was the end of Bike Week here in Florida. Mm-hmm. So there's a bar in Florida here called the Cabbage Patch. For anybody that knows, has been there maybe. I guess it's been around for 60 plus years as a biker bar. Mm-hmm. They have festivities there, and one of the festivities they usually have at the Cabbage Patch, I guess it's kind of applies. They have coleslaw wrestling. So this year, because of COVID-19, they could not have that kind of physical contact.
Right.
So they were looking for something else to have in this grassy area where they normally have the coleslaw wrestling, and Mark of Def Duck Racing, who has a website that's like Tampa Bay Off-Road Mini Bikes, he was contacted by them about coming over and having a race.
Yeah, I'm going to share some of this on here. Go ahead. While you're talking, I'm going to go find.
He's got a group of guys that he hangs out with that all ride mini bikes, and then I guess a couple of them, I know him, and a couple of them bailed out. So he asked me if I wanted to come over. I said sure. We didn't know what we were getting into, where we were racing. We just know it's a biker bar. basically the racetrack was a big circle around the area where they normally have the coleslaw wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go over there, tons of Harleys, tons of people.
Mm-hmm.
We do our thing. We got paid to come over. I got $100.
Oh wow!
Um,
Paying gig.
and there was winning money too if you won certain things. I didn't win any.
Oh, you didn't win. Okay.
Not this time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a tough ride because it's a circle, and the grass was like, it looked like normal grass, but it was slippery and muddy underneath.
Yeah.
And the whole time, the ass end of the mini bike's trying to go out from underneath
It's
me.
all
I fell
the extra
down.
coleslaw. Kathleen Music Lover said coleslaw wrestling? Question mark? Brian Quick
exactly
says, did Walter just say coleslaw wrestling?
Yes, I did say that. It's
Of
on
all
the
the things to wrestle in, coleslaw would not be my first choice.
That's what they're known for. So I had personally never heard of the Cabbage Patch Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And I live in Florida. Bike Week goes on twice a year in the spring and in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's been around forever, and it's one of those places everybody goes. As a matter of fact, the guy that works for me that just hired a few weeks ago, John, who's a welder, he left. He didn't come into work on Friday because he was going somewhere, and I said, "Hey, that's cool." He went to the Cabbage Patch. He was actually there when I was there, but he didn't see me. He wasn't looking for me. So, but no, it was interesting. It was fun. You know, we spent the day over there and we drove back, and me, Peggy, and my son Spencer, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh God. If you do a search for the Cabbage Patch Bar, all the videos that are suggested are coleslaw wrestling. Cabbage Patch Bar, coleslaw wrestling. Cabbage Patch Bar in Daytona Beach, coleslaw wrestling.
They're not actually. It's closer to New Smyrna.
Mm.
It's not actually in. And the people at Cabbage Patch don't talk very highly about Daytona because Daytona Bike Week has been toned down a lot from the people in Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been just ruckus, rowdy, good time, you know, but now they've just kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
enjoying
get some
this.
of this in here. Let's see. Here's some. I'm just gonna go on a random coleslaw.
This is a good wrestle right there.
For informational purposes. Not that I don't really want to see any of this, but I figure. Why is there? Okay, so this guy went here to see some. Let's see what he's showing here. Here we go. Some coleslaw wrestling. This is actually actual coleslaw. It looks like.
Well, here we go. In the middle of that coleslaw pit, in the bottom of it, they actually have like mattresses in there, and the coleslaw's on top of it. Well, of course, when we're there, there's no coleslaw on it.
Oh, it's Roman Greco style.
Yeah, so the guys on the mini bikes started jumping into the coleslaw pit with the mini bikes and tearing up the mattresses in there and stuff, and flipping over the handlebars. I didn't do this kind of craziness because I kind of like my body the way it is.
Florida, man. Wow.
Yeah, people start going, yeah, and they go, hell yeah, right over the thing.
Yeah. Dudes probably don't even care. It's like, they don't know the difference between the biker dudes going in there or the chicks. Just jump in the coleslaw.
Into the coleslaw.
It's good for your skin. Good for your skin.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you had fun. You had a good time. You got paid.
Yeah. Got some money. We paid for. We stopped at Cracker Barrel in Lakeland on the way home. Oh, that was the best Cracker Barrel I've ever had. That hit the spot. Sometimes you have a meal and it just is so good.
Okay, you must have been hungry.
What did you get?
I actually had steak.
I've never had a Cracker Barrel steak.
I had never had either, but I pulled the trigger on some steak. I was so tempted to get chicken and dumplings. That's like one of the.
Yes.
It's like cholesterol, not cholesterol. What am I trying to? Carbohydrates on top of carbohydrates on top of carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do it. So.
Yeah. So a couple of things before we go on to the next thing here. One, I noticed you got injured, and Len Holt says you have the injury, Walter. Let's see. Let's check. Hold on.
Just a little scrape mark. I went over about the second lap of the prep. I slid out and fell on my elbow, and yeah.
I saw you complaining to Peggy. Like I saw the video where you pulled up to Peggy. And you were like, "Oh, did you see me take a spill?"
Actually, nobody could see me take a spill because I was on the other side of the coleslaw pit.
Oh, okay. Also, I noticed there was a Dirtfoot Racing T-shirt, which no one ever sent me.
Yeah.
No one ever sent me my Dirtfoot Racing T-shirt.
Right now, there's only 2 in existence.
Oh, okay. So
our merch,
you have
our merch
one, and the other one's in the mail to me, or what's?
No, that was at my son's house, but I
Oh,
think his other one's like a medium, so I don't think
oh
that
no, that's not
yours.
gonna work. Yeah,
No.
that's not gonna work. Absolutely not. Yeah, you got to get a double X, double
We're
XL.
we're coming up with some ideas for a Dirtfoot logo, or might use that guy you were telling me about this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think he's going to be a combination of like the Yahoo, the Mountain Dew hillbilly
Mm-hmm.
with a big foot or a dirt foot, or I don't know. We got to come up with something. I'll come up with
Oh,
something
okay.
goofy.
Yeah, yeah. Very interested in seeing how that winds up. Chris Bullis says Dirtfoot Racing had some good videos from the race.
Yep, yep.
And John Voorhees says, I want to see two girls fighting over me like that. You know, it's
Even better yet, you can help them get cleaned up afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Or
Could be.
they have too much fun fighting like that, and then you get nothing out of it in the end.
Maybe they're not interested in you fellas anymore
Yeah,
after they
exactly.
do that.
You never know how it goes. You never know how it goes.
Well,
So, yeah. So listen, let's. Do you guys want to get into this whole? Did you guys see the stuff with Modlite systems? I never even heard of them before, to be honest. You're an elite AR guy, babyface.
They're too expensive. So my problem with
Okay.
Modlite has always been they're just too expensive for me. I can't afford a Modlite.
Okay.
But that being said, I hear they're good, but they just came out as being such pussies about everything.
So let's go check out their website real quick because I never heard of them. So I'll
But
show the
to be
website.
perfectly fair, I don't know their side of the story.
Right.
Other than, well, I don't know the flip side of the story. Them calling out every person that's ever done a video on their content just seems, or done a video on their product seems childish, but.
Yeah. So it seems like they make a lot of light heads and stuff like that. I think they're might
known
make
for
whole lights.
They're known for like the Owl, which is that top-mounted. They make really nice lights. I would consider them like a Surefire competitor. So like high-end. What would you even call that? High-end tack lights. Mm-hmm. So the dudes that are over there kicking indoors and stuff, that's a tack light you could use to protect your life, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just the way they just came after, like, I don't know. It felt crazy that they were just like, well, screw everybody, you know?
Yeah. They obviously got pretty mad. So if the folks out there, if you haven't heard of this, what I'll do is I'll go to their I'll go to the Instagram thing that they posted if you guys haven't heard about this. I know some people wanted me to comment on Friday, but there was more important stuff going on. And I really wasn't dug into that whole thing, but we do have I've kind of like dug into it a little bit since then. So let me go here and let's see here. Here's their this is what their Instagram looks like here, and I'll go to the page. Go ahead, Walt. What were you saying?
Are they? Is it so much that they're mad at these people, or they got a thing with Leviathan?
That's what I'm wondering.
I think it's a little bit of both. Well, first of all, so let me say this. In this thing that we do, whatever people want to call themselves, I don't know, right? People put it as influencers. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I see myself more of like a content creator for sure. That's what I am. I've always considered myself to be a storyteller,
an entertainer.
See, that's what I think. For my content, I think it's entertainment.
That's or filmmaker. I see myself as a filmmaker. Like I'm just trying.
I'm not even that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like. I remember one time I was talking to Nut and Fancy, and I've always been interested in this from the filmmaker's perspective, right? So, and Nut and Fancy said, "Hey, we're making films. We're making movies. You know, we're just modern day. This is the kind of stuff that we're doing." Huh?
Short clips, I guess you call it, or
maybe.
Short,
I mean, I've put out things that are on feature length.
Yeah,
I've put out documentary, at least documentary level stuff, but I'm not. I don't even see myself really as a reviewer. You know, I'm not trying to make you buy anything.
Yes, that's me too. I'm. That's not my goal.
Well,
in any of it.
Not a serious reviewer. I mean, I'll look at people's stuff, but I'm just looking at it through my eyes. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of the other part of it. Is it's like I don't have any experience like I said, kicking indoors and whatnot. So that doesn't mean anything to me.
But I don't feel you have to have been in the military or been in law enforcement in order to have an opinion about anything.
No, that's true.
And even about guns and stuff like that. So Razor JB says Modlite hasn't released the details of or who involved yet. Everyone is assuming every time an ML review comes out, last 48 hours. I do know what this is about though.
So Hank got the skinny on this.
Yeah.
And you actually said you talked to the person that was involved?
Yes, I didn't speak to the Modlite guys because I don't know them. If they want to come on, one of the things, let me just say this first. Like in this whole thing that we do, everyone has a different way of how they do stuff, and I have my way. There's no set standards. There shouldn't be. Okay, I don't want anyone to tell me how to do what I do. I believe in being honest. I always tell you guys. You can look right there. I told you at the beginning of the show who sponsors the podcast. If you look on all of my videos, it says who sponsors the channel. Like Walter, for example, sponsors the channel, and I don't hide that from anyone that we do stuff with Safety Harbor Firearms. Walter spends a lot of time, money, and energy doing videos on other people's stuff. That we either, in order for us to get things, we borrow it from each other. People send me stuff.
Buy it?
Yeah, we buy it. Sometimes people give us things. Whatever it is, right? We there's multiple ways of doing this, but I think we try to do everything that we can to be upfront and honest with you guys about what we're doing. And I know in this whole thing, the word shill gets thrown around a lot. And,
well, okay, so to be fair to Modlite, there are a shitload of those people out there. And I've Hank can tell you, I've voiced my displeasure about the shilling that goes on in the gun industry, where it's just pay to play, basically. Hey, give me a bunch of money, I'll review your product, and I will never say anything bad about it.
Yeah. And I think,
I
look,
understand
for sure,
that.
I don't think there's any way of denying that there's some of that going on. But I think that a lot of there's weird stuff going on in. First of all, these issues exist in all communities. So if you're talking about cars or watches or anything else, there's all these same questions because we're human beings, and most of us are not grown up enough to realize that when we're looking at the WWE or F or whatever you want to call it, that it's it's wrestling and it's not it's a real sport in terms of these guys are actually flipping each other around. It's not really real, and you have to know how to separate those things or pick out for yourself who you trust and know who you're dealing with and what they do. And I don't really feel like there should be any rules other than the fact that there are hard rules. Like if someone's paying you for something, you need to put that out there, right? I think those are FCC rules, at least in America.
You're supposed to.
Yeah. So I think people need to be straight up with that. But then there's another problem. A lot of people in the industry have a lot of negative thoughts, let's put it that way, or lack of respect for people who are creating content. Although the stuff that you see out there on social media, YouTube, and the other places is a majority of what's moving product, right? People today, there's lots of choices, lots of things for them to buy. They identify with people or things, and they follow those things, and there's so much out there. But the industry, I mean, this happened to Lola and I recently. We went somewhere, and there was a magazine guy that was talking real, like, I actually, Lola and I were together, and I went to the bathroom. The guy was talking a lot of shit about influencers or these guys on YouTube. Really loud.
Do they not realize that that's all they are? They're just old media versions of the same thing.
Yeah, and
like that's literally all they are. They're the dying breed of the same exact thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, there's a whole other subject about magazines. I don't think they'll ever completely go away. Mm-hmm. But the herd has been culled substantially.
Yeah, and it's for a reason. A lot of people, magazines used to be the way, right? So maybe a long time ago you had
before the internet.
Yeah, maybe you had gun stuff on TV. I don't know. I don't know if you ever saw like for real gun firearms industry stuff on TV.
I don't think that's ever been.
Some of it was on radio for a time. I don't know if there's really any true radio out there Today, probably most of it is podcasts like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And magazines were the big play for a long time, but people, it's been a long time now that people, if they even look at magazines, like my brother, for example, will go to, I don't know, Barnes and Noble, if those still exist anywhere. And he would look at magazines and take pictures of stuff he liked. He doesn't buy magazines. You know, and companies spend a lot of money, no matter what you believe. And I know there's magazines out there like, oh, we don't get any money. Yeah, that company's advertising in that magazine.
Oh yeah.
They're paying for advertising in that magazine. So if they're not happy, they could go, hey, we're not going to advertise with you anymore. That happens, and I know that there are writers from magazines that basically get their stories from the companies. They're like, here goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they just fiddle with it a little bit and put it out there.
Can I go get a magazine that came today?
Sure, absolutely.
I'll be back in a second. We'll review it and we'll see who's paying for advertising now.
Yeah. So good point, Walt. So one of the things I could say to you is that, like, for example, what I do, I don't script that or anything like that, regardless of what's going on. Ask these guys. You know, we're like, hey, let's make this video. I don't tell Patrick what to say or Walter or anything.
The only thing that's planned out is what we're working on. That's literally it.
Yeah.
And that takes, because it just takes time to get inventory in to work on.
Yeah.
But no, nothing is scripted.
Yeah. So all of that, I think, being said, you know, there's a lot of disrespect. A lot of people don't talk to each other, like each other. A lot of crazy nonsense going on. I feel like in this whole industry, we're really not dealing with each other. And I think this thing that happened is very indicative of that, right? So, Walter, do you want to? What magazine are you looking at? Let's see.
All right. Well, since I'm a life member, and boom.
Right. Okay. So that's from the NRA.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah,
well,
it is
a magazine.
I'm sorry, that's not really a magazine.
Well,
I don't
what do you
consider
mean
that a magazine. That's that's stuff printed on paper.
Nobody needs an AR-15. Keltec.
And look at it's Caltech. Look at
who is that guy?
Who
is that guy on the who is that guy there?
HK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
HK on the back. Yeah. Well, HK,
yeah, this is all one big advertising now. I mean, I don't know. Do we actually really consider Rifleman any kind of magazine?
They actually do have.
Does anyone consider that
halfway decent articles in?
Oh.
Here's a story about the Tanker Garands, which I'll look at.
Oh, I do like those.
Yeah.
Those are kind of interesting. I just saw something I've never seen before, actually.
Okay.
So, but you have to get the magazine.
Yeah. This
but
is definitely one big advertising piece.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
The point of any modern entertainment is to advertise to you.
Yes. Anything.
That's it. I hate to tell people that if you're not aware of that's it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walt.
Adirondack beaver blankets. Now look at that.
Oh,
What's
beaver
that
blanket? Yeah.
A beaver blanket.
Keep your beaver warm.
Yeah, does it keep the beaver warm? Is it made out of beaver?
We'll leave that up to interpretation there.
Yeah. Okay, so while Walter's flipping through that, I mean, I think, as Patrick, you made a really good point. Everything, radio, TV, magazines, internet, social media, all advertising to you. Be a grown-up, understand what you're looking at.
That's the only, yes. Entertainment, unfortunately, only is around to make money. That's it. Mm-hmm. And the biggest way to make money right now is through advertising. Because nobody pays, very few people pay directly to purchase their entertainment, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
where advertising dollars help cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at movies, how movies went into product placement.
God, movies are so...
You used to see movies and they weren't so much about that, but then it's like, there's the Coke can, there's the this, there's the that. And then even some reference to them in the movies. People, the actors, are like, hey,
yeah,
look at that.
Product placement.
This is a fantastic Coca-Cola I have right
Len Holt says, careful, Hank, the American Rifleman was around longer than you. They do good testing and have some relevant articles. Change my mind. Okay. Good for you.
Actually, I will look at that article about the Tanker Garand in here.
Okay.
But you have to. Okay, let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. I actually advertised in this magazine one time for my 50 cal stuff. Half a year was $18,000.
Yeah, advertising's expensive.
And that wasn't like a full page ad. That was like a little ad like this.
Yep.
You know? And after 6 months, when I had the option to cancel, and didn't get a single thing from it, I said, yeah.
That's the thing. That
no more. No more.
Advertising is expensive, and as much as I hate YouTube, the big old YouTube guys that just make money hand over fist by saying, look at this, and then that's it, or blowing a bunch of shit up, the best way to get your product in front of a group of people that are interested potentially in buying your product, pay the dude who's got 1 million subscribers. I mean,
yeah, well,
it makes sense.
I think it makes sense as a strategy depending on what's going on. So one time a very big YouTuber that I don't know if you guys care to know who it is. I introduced him at SHOT Show to Walter, right? Because I saw him and I said, hey, you ever heard of a 50 caliber upper that goes on an AR-15 lower? And he's like, that sounds crazy. I want to see that. I took him over to Walter, and he was telling Walter, he was like, look, if I put that gun in my video, it's going to get millions of views. Maybe 100,000 of those people are going to say, what is this thing? I'm interested. And then they're going to go look for other videos on it. And if guys like Hank and other people have done in-depth things, now they're going to look at that. And eventually those numbers are going to keep getting smaller, but you're going to have a percentage of those people are going to be so interested that after they've watched these things, they might go, I think I want this. And they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Right?
You're talking 0.5% conversion rate, but when you are blasting it out to millions upon millions of viewers, it adds up over time. So I think we all understand the benefits of it, but with every good YouTuber, quote unquote good YouTuber, there are probably 100 really shit ones that just want free shit out of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we know lots of them. I know lots of people that are
Here's the thing. Like, I have to tell you guys, something coming in doesn't look like a free thing to me. It looks like work. A lot of times I'm hiding out from those things. I don't even want to see it. Because all it means to me is I'm about to spend a lot of time and energy and all kinds of stuff trying to make a video on that thing. And then I have to go into the next one. And then the next one and the next one. That's kind of like the thing that's going on here. And it's very hard to quantify exactly what did something and made someone buy something. You guys, if you're grown-ups, you know in your mind when you want something. All you're doing is looking at these videos to either convince or unconvince yourself.
Most of the time when I'm looking to buy something, I just want to watch videos just to confirm my bias that I want it. That's it. I watch it because I'm like, I'm buying this. I just want to see somebody else enjoy what I enjoy, Yeah.
I always look at 1 million people see it. Well, if half of those people live in a country where they can't own it, or around in places in the world where they can't own it, and then another percentage of them aren't old enough to own it, another percentage of them don't have any money to own it. I get that, but I don't know how many I'd sell if I spent $30,000 to let somebody shoot my gun on their channel.
Absolutely.
And that's what it. $30,000 buys a lot of parts and pieces and material and pays for rent and pays for and lately I found we're not right at
By
the
way,
moment,
none of us has ever. First of all, $30,000. Yeah, that's
one time.
There's some dudes out there that are cool like that. Usually, for me, what's happening is there's people who sponsor my main channel and they cut us a check every month, or some time period that we agree to. That helps us to make videos. Walter doing that, for example, helps to make a lot of videos that has nothing to do with his stuff. And then we tell people, this is what's important. You need to be straight up honest, upfront with the audience, But I think at the same time, the audience needs to realize, like, you can't. I think if there's an audience out there that expects people to make these videos for them consistently and put this stuff out there all the time, and they don't want those guys to have anything or pay their bills or be able to take care of their family,
Yeah.
then you are what's known in colloquial language as a frickin' communist.
Yeah. Or you don't want that person who is doing like what you do or any of these other people, you don't want them to have things. They shouldn't have a nice house or they shouldn't have a nice car.
That's
Or
like, what are we talking about? You know, there's
Yeah,
lots of
I mean,
people
that's
who
the whole-
entertain us and do stuff for us, and they have nice stuff. Like, you go out there and you have your job and you have nice things. You work hard and you do stuff, but then you expect someone else to consistently do stuff for you. And no, they should be a monk. The only thing they're allowed to own is guns. That's it. They can't have anything else. If you see them wearing a Rolex, you get mad. You see them driving a Mercedes, bastard. They live in a nice house, you savage. We're not like, I have met no gun guys, and maybe, I don't know, maybe there's, but I've met no gun guys that are rocking around in like 3 or 4 planes that their congregation pays for, and mansions. And
yeah.
There's none of that going on. There's just people creating content for you and then fighting for you out there, and you're like, no, you should have nothing. You gotta suffer.
Go back to the monastery at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just go curl up. You don't care if they have $1 million worth of guns.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. So anyway, go ahead.
So I think part of it for me, part of my issue when it comes to these big timers is, and trying to think through how to explain this properly. When you make the switch from it selling out, maybe it's the idea of selling out, where you no longer really care about your opinion is only worth money. You don't care. You don't have any integrity any longer. That sort of thing.
Sure, you're not talking about Joe Biden?
Well, I mean, we can easily move into the Hunter Biden story, but
Yeah, it's the same thing. Play for pay. Yeah.
Pay
We
for
haven't
play,
even dug into this one yet. But go ahead.
I know we will before the night's out. But holy shit, it's already 7:45. But really, to me, it comes down to, and there's something about that whole sellout mentality of like, do you really even care any longer about what you're showing off, or are you just doing it for money?
Yeah.
That's where I don't know, and I think a lot of people fall into that category of like, oh, fuck you. You don't actually care about what you're doing. You just want to make a whole lot of money now.
Yeah,
so.
Uncle Mike has a good comment on this. I'm going to read this, and then we're going to go into because I'm trying to be fair. If the Modlite guys want to come on, they could come on. And I'm going to tell you guys who this was all about, who made the video that made them mad. I'm going to tell you right now, it was Real Dirty Harry, who is a friend
he took
of mine.
it down.
He took what down?
He took the video down, didn't he?
No, the video's up there. I'll show it to you guys in a second.
I went looking for it and I couldn't find it.
His YouTube channel is the real. I'll get to it. I think it's the Real Dirty Harry. We'll get to it here in a second. Uncle Mike says, "I don't care how anyone makes their money on YouTube. Everyone has a right to make a buck, and we should all have the discernment to recognize when we're being advertised to. Please be grown-ups." Okay, caveat emptor or whatever that. I think that's the right thing. Someone will let me know. Len Holt says, "Sellout is a cop-out. It's a free country in a capitalist society." So let's go.
Wait, hold on, real quick. But might need to correct myself. This one was about Modlite.
This one was about Modlite. If you want to know, so
Modlite,
here we go.
If you hold on, real quick, Modlite, if you're watching, I apologize because I said you guys created the owl. That's the competitor's optic flashlight. Cloud Defense is the one that made the owl. So I'm completely wrong, and people may be watching this ripping their hair out. I'm totally wrong.
Gallows.
I mixed the two up. Modlite makes a pressure switch that I've been trying to get my hands on for a while. They're just really fucking expensive.
You'll never get it now. You'll never get it, you bastard. You're black.
I know. I made the mistake, and I mixed the two up. They're probably gonna watch this and go, "Fuck that! I ain't going on his show. That guy don't even know what he's talking about."
Listen, we're doing this so the folks out there could understand. But my intention of doing all of this stuff is really to help everyone have a better understanding of the whole of the gun industry, gun community from all sides. From the side of Walter, who might be an old curmudgeon, but he's also a manufacturer. You know, from Babyface, who's like that elite dude who only likes the, you know, the top shelf.
Listen, what is wrong with liking the fine things in life? There's nothing wrong with that.
And me, I'm just a humble monk of a gun guy who drives around in an old beat up Volkswagen.
Oh yeah, old beat up Volkswagen. Yeah, it's like the 4 Lexus drivers driving around into old Toyotas.
Yeah. So anyway, listen. Let's go to. Actually, let me show you guys. So here, I'll run this in if you want to know what we're talking about. So a lot of this has to do, or the thing that kicked this off is Dirty Harry, and his YouTube channel is called Real Dirty Reviews. Go there, subscribe like I just did here. And the video that kicked off all this stuff is Cloud Defensive Rain and Modlite PLH V2. This is the video here. And one of the things I have to tell you, Dirty Harry is awesome in making videos, man. His cinematography is on point. You know, there's the lights, and I think you guys should take a look at the video if you haven't. You know, make up your own mind. But I've known him for some time. He in the past, he's got a big Instagram page or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, big following on Instagram. And he's been working his way into doing YouTube stuff. He's also currently a police officer. And I did speak to him, and while I was talking to him, he was, you know, stuff was going on. I heard sirens and all that kind of stuff.
So this 1 day old video is what we're having issues with. Is that what we're talking about?
When these guys got mad, and which I'm going to get into now, this video was not out. Let's all bear this in mind. The video was not out. We're not going to look at the whole
video. But it's now out because I'm watching it.
Yes, and I recommend everyone go look at it. So now let's go over to what. So here's what the Instagram post looks like. If you want to know, it's got this picture of Instagram and a cross out on it. And basically it says, at Modlite, we have long subscribed to the thinking that our products need to succeed based on merit, not artificial hype from paid influencers, quote unquote. We have dealt with these miscreants who have tried to get us to...
See, that's what I think is funny, is they just... Somebody was really angry and didn't step back and go, okay, let me write this email or write this tweet or whatever.
Yeah.
Take a second look at it in 30 minminutes, because I guarantee in 30 minutes you're going to go, I didn't really need to put all that.
Yeah.
Miscreants? Come on.
Miscreants.
Miscreants.
Degenerates.
Fucking degenerates.
That's what we are. And you know what? Yeah, whatever. So it goes on here, and he says they've tried to get us to play ball, and it goes through this whole thing. And basically, he's talking, I think here he's talking about Leviathan's tribe, which is,
I'm not going to say.
So if you don't, so I've had the folks from Leviathan here on the show before, right? If you go way back, we had Leviathan. There's a whole bunch of people in the tribe. I'm scrolling down. Now, I spoke to Dirty Harry. He said that he was on this list. His picture was here in this list, but he's not part of this tribe, that they just had his picture up there, and he asked them to remove it. So initially when this happened, his picture was up there, but he's not part of the tribe. He asked them to remove it. There's a whole bunch of dudes in here if you want to look at it and get into all of that. And I have to say, look, my picture was up there on that thing in the past, and I asked Leviathan over and over again to remove my picture because we don't actually do anything with each other. We don't
work with.
I'm not
all right,
signed up with
can I
them.
translate tribe? You have to pay Leviathan to be there in their tribe. You don't get in their tribe like you get into the.
Well, no,
Hank
I don't know if they have to pay them, but they're operating like an agency. Yeah, and there's people who are signed up with them, and then they bring products and whatever it is. But I'm not part of that. Never been part of it. They have sent me stuff in the past. Like once people have your address, they can just mail stuff to you. But and I don't have any problem with them. But I'm not down with them. But they had my picture up there, just like they had Dirty Harry's picture up there. And a lot of times people do that just to make themselves look like all the gun YouTubers are down with me and stuff like that. So.
Can I tell my story about Leviathan?
Sure.
Yeah. I was being courted by Leviathan. Safety Arbor.
Courted. Oh
Oh,
wow.
fuck it. Never mind.
Corded.
Never mind. I don't give a shit about Modlite. I like Unity Tactical. That's what I want. I want a hot button. Back to Walter.
I was being
You're an
courted by
idiot.
Leviathan.
Right. Okay.
Under the guise that they'll promote my stuff and get my stuff in movies and yada yada yada. But that costs $3,000 a month.
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
You fucking.
Okay, so you have to look at it and go, am I going to see a return on that for real? Am I going to...
Maybe.
What am I going to do with that $3,000? Can I pay for a couple more machines? Can I... I didn't do it.
And then again, you also have this awesome dude named Hank Strange that,
right.
what more can you ask for?
And I did get some advice from folks, and we'll go nameless, hint, hint. And nothing against those guys. They were completely, they were just say, hey, they came to me. I didn't go to them. So, it just wasn't. I don't have that much money to throw away for that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. I think if you look at the list of people that are there and down with them and stuff like that, they obviously have a lot of folks. And I don't know if 100% of those people who are on there are actually signed up to Leviathan and doing stuff with them. Because, I know I'm not on that thing, but I know if you dig around on their site enough, you're going to find my name still. Even though I'm not part of anything that's going on there. And that's the same thing that Real Dirty Harry says as well. So I don't know. Everyone can do whatever they want to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with what they're doing as a business. There's nothing wrong with them doing that stuff. No. I don't know if they're like as big a player as they're saying in the movie business and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We had one of the biggest players in terms of making props and getting guns and stuff like that onto movies. We had what's his name?
Larry.
Larry Zanoff. We had Larry Zanoff on the show here. So, and they're like a real big player in that space of doing this kind of stuff, right? The biggest in the country, and he's the he's the main guy over at ISS when it comes to building guns, getting guns and things, being in charge. Someone has to be in the movies in charge of the guns and all of that. So I don't know, right? In the advertising game or whatever game we're playing in here, there's a lot of people that say stuff that are not necessarily 100% true, but there's definitely a lot of people and they're doing stuff, and those guys are probably well known in the gun world and all that. But that's where the brunt of Modlite Systems conversation here is going. The thing that's weird to me is that in talking about this thing, and when I was talking to Real Dirty Harry, he says when this all started, all he did was put out a picture of these two flashlights on his Instagram. And these guys saw the picture. He obviously did a test, and he put up a picture of these two flashlights at the end of the test. And that picture set all of this off. And these guys didn't necessarily talk to him or find out anything that was going on. And you guys know me. Like, I break stuff, right? You guys have gotten mad at me before. Like, why do you break stuff? Why do you got to destroy something? To know, for me, I destroy things because I want to know where it breaks. I want to know at the point where something breaks. And that tells me something. Is everyone going to do that? I looked at Dirty Harry's video, and he did everything to both of these flashlights. He froze them. Okay, then he broke them out of the ice. He ran them until they have the same kind of battery. He ran them until they both ran out of juice. He dropped them from the same height. He was showing them from different distances. I think like 100 yards back to 500 yards. He did a whole bunch of stuff on these lights, and in some of the stuff, the Modlite thing did better. And in some of the stuff, the other one, Cloud or whatever the
Cloud
other one
is the competitor.
That one did better. I think that there was an instance when he dropped them both, and the Cloud Defense one, like the lens smashed, and the Modlite one didn't smash. So I think he really, even if you look at the description of the video, he said that he bought the Modlite. He bought that one. But the Cloud one was sent to him by the company. So he put that information out there, right? And I don't see. I think in the video, if you look at it, it seems to me like he definitely likes the cloud one better, and I think it's bigger, bulkier, and then it's the engineering and stuff like that involved in it looks like it was a little bit better. But there were some reasons, depending on what I'm going for, I might go for the Modlite one because of smaller, lighter weight. I think the bigger one lasted longer. There's all these different things going on here. I don't see, even though he destroyed both of these flashlights at the end. And you guys can take a look at the video. But I don't see where it's like, oh no, let's burn down everything in the world. Everybody has to die. I don't see where that attitude came in.
So I have an exterior source that I won't name on air that's telling me that is not the video that's caused the initial kerfuffle.
What is the video that caused the
kerfuffle? The one that caused the kerfuffle is no longer available because I'm looking for it now. I guess it was something to do with the mod button that Modlite made.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm hearing. I'm trying to see if I can find anything out about it, but
yeah,
I'll report back.
Right.
But yeah, so
does this person's name rhyme with laser?
I will not say. If it were or were not, I will not say. But that may not be the person you're thinking.
Yeah, listen. So far as I know, when I saw this post, you could see in this post, people were talking about a test that went down recently. When I saw, I think yesterday sometime this video went up, and when I spoke to Dirty Harry today, he says that this is the video. I'm just taking it from what he said. I still think it's.
Maybe you're looking for cinematography or something, but these like teardown videos, these tests that people do are still such BS to me. I'm being nice. I'm trying not to curse so much.
Well, I think without a doubt that's not what you do to your light every day. They say that in the video.
Oh.
Yeah, but
I think it's not what you do to your light ever.
People want to see this stuff. Your light drops. Walter, what happened to? And I know people were talking about Olight in this conversation when I was looking at this post. People were talking about Olight. Let me just say something real quick about Olight. Olight is annoying because one, they don't care who you are. They'll sign you up as an affiliate, and then
unless it's me.
Yeah, and then they have sales all the time, and everybody and their mama is doing the sales, right? So we talk about it here on the podcast. I put out stuff in our email list.
That's become the meme. Max says all of us are shills. Shut up, shills. That's become the meme of the internet is like the second Olight goes to drop a new light. Every gun tuber is like, oh, look at this. So this just came out.
I'm just putting up Max stuff.
It's the same shit, but it's purple now. So you can pay an extra $20 and get the purple one now. So go ahead and get that because it helps me pay for the channel.
But listen, but guess what? Olight is a company. They're selling some stuff. I don't think I remember. So this one that I have here in my pocket. You know who bought this for me? I've told you guys this before. I went to SHOT Show. My buddy Jesse James, who is like my guru for all things cool, was like, hey, you got to check out these Olight guys. They're making, very affordable stuff that's good. It's maybe 3 years ago or something like that. And so
you got right at the beginning of them becoming the official sponsor of every gun tuber on the internet.
Yeah, and I didn't buy this. Guess who bought this for me? Guess who bought this light? Tony from Big Daddy Guns. Because he bumped into us over there and we were looking at it. He was like, you like this thing? I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay. He bought a bunch of lights so he could check it out. That's how we got into this.
Are you ready? So this is, I think, how a straw man works. Max says, you don't know, who doesn't show Olight? This dude doesn't show Olight, meaning himself. So I think that means Mac doesn't like Olight. I'm just putting that out there.
Right.
Clearly, Mac hates Olight. So that's the straw man I'm going to make you.
I'm not going to get it.
All right. So you want to hear the story about a little?
Yeah. So go ahead, Walter. You want to tell us about your Olight? Go ahead.
Okay. Went camping, went mini bike riding last weekend, including camping. I have two of these. One Hank gave me, one I bought because I thought I lost Hank's. I grab them both. I take them. Both of them worked, but one had a dead battery after a little bit of use. I knew where the one that still worked was. I got back from camping. I couldn't find one. So I'm like, well, it'll turn up someplace. like it usually does.
It did.
And then I go to the shop. I ask my son, "Have you seen that other old light flashlight?" He said, "No." My wife shows up at the shop. She goes, "You lose something?" I go, "Where'd you get that?" But I found it out by the garbage can in the street. And she's holding the flashlight. She's holding the little blue aluminum clip of the lens keeper and the lens in her hand. And I'm like going, "Oh, that doesn't look good." Well, what happened was it got ran over by a garbage truck. Okay. She goes, "It still works." So I pushed a button and the light came on. So I put the little gasket in there. I pushed the lens back in. I snapped the cap back on, and this biatch's running like it never saw a garbage truck. So it's got a couple scratches and a little dent in one end, but aside from that, it's fine.
Yeah, that's as good as a Mac Gauntlet as far as I'm concerned.
Well, a garbage truck.
Garbage truck. Those things are heavy as hell.
Yeah, depending on what part of the day they're running, how much. And luckily, there wasn't no ooey gooey shit dropping out of the garbage truck. Like it is on a rainy day. You ever see that? Follow garbage truck on a rainy day? There's all kinds of stuff coming out. Yeah.
Listen, I think for sure, I think Olight makes good stuff. I think their big problem is they're doing the way they're doing all of this is driving everyone nuts. It's totally annoying. I wish that they would just pick some people and say, "Hey, we're giving just you guys this code this week and next week." Whatever you want to do. It's all annoying. It's completely annoying, and eventually it drives people crazy.
Well, that's the problem. I think it's to the point where it's driving to me, it has become a meme now, where whenever I see somebody that's like, it's like when you watch YouTube videos and they're like, oh God, what's that game? There's a couple of those free-to-play games that everybody sponsors. So it's something VPN. You go to my channel, you can get 10% off of your VPN subscription. Mm-hmm. It's like it's become that sort of meme to me, where the gun tubers, they don't get NordVPN or any of that other crap. They get Olight and all these other companies that are just shoveling their stuff on them.
Yeah. And at the same time, remember, I think overall what we're all going through here is a lot of companies in the industry are messed up. I could tell you guys that. There's no one knows all the times that we've done, whenever I do something, what happens, I put it out there. But when people don't like it, it goes. So Mac, I don't know, he's in the chat, he'll tell you guys this. When I first started doing this, I was buying everything. And what was I buying? Keltex. Overpaying for Keltex. I bought a ton of stuff and did Keltec things. They didn't know me. Eventually, they're in Florida. I met them. We did stuff together. Then all while they were developing the RDB, those guys are coming out to me. We're shooting the RDB and all that. Mac, for example, remember I put up a KSG video? So did Mac. Mac had 3 KSGs and had problems, I think, with all of them, and they hated him. Does anyone remember this?
I watched Mac's video where he talks about his gorilla arms and getting cut by the brass.
Yeah, I've gotten cut.
And then it won't chuck sometimes.
Yeah, that thing's true. I've got cuts on I think I've got a cut on my arm, on my hand right there, if you guys could see it. That's from that thing. But they really hated Mac. So eventually, by the way, they didn't even know who Iraq Veteran was. They didn't even know who they were. So I connect them to these guys, and I said, these guys really... They genuinely like your stuff, but they're putting out there what's happening. Why would Mac buy a KSG over and over again if he was trying to tear you guys down? He doesn't want to hate you, So the thing is I connected them to these guys and all that kind of stuff. But then when it actually came out, I did a video which I said, hey, everyone knows I have a relationship with these guys. I'm going to shoot this video. I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to put it up there. We put the video up, right? The RDB, if you put in a GI mag, it unseats it because of the way that the gas was working. The same thing happened to Nothing Fancy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, if you put in a PMag, it's all good. That was in my video. Then the only other thing that was in there that was bad was that, the design of this gun that was a modern gun, okay? There was no freaking QD points on it. And I said, whoever the engineers are who sat around the table when they were talking about this gun.
That is Hank's inside joke to this day. Yeah. It's still his inside joke.
I use it all the time.
And Walter,
but listen, these guys were literally at my house a week before this. They came to my house. They did something for the 4th of July. They used all my equipment, messed up some of my equipment, drove my truck around to make the video, all kinds of crazy stuff. One of the guys left his iPhone and his wallet at a Starbucks, and Lola and I went and got it and express mailed it, so it was on his desk on Monday when he went in. But I put up this video, and because I said the engineers who allowed this to go out without a QD point must have been from the 80s, they lost their shit. And they wouldn't talk to me by phone. They would just text me cursing me out or put stuff on social media saying crazy stuff about me, and they wouldn't talk to me. Even though to this day I meet people to tell me, I bought that gun because of your video. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Those guys hate me. This is what happens. This is what happens, and people aren't aware of that. You guys aren't aware of the things. I'm sure Mac has gone through stuff like that. This person, that person out there has gone through those kinds of things that I could tell you guys about over and over again, because when we do stuff, we give you what happens. But sometimes we push things. Even in that video, we said, hey, who cares about the GI mag? We're probably not going to use those. We just happen to have some of them, and you got to know if you got a suppressor on it, it's probably going to unseat them. So that same thing has happened. I could sit here all day and tell you guys stories about things that we've put up there, and people get mad about it, and then they don't want to talk to you, deal with you, do anything with you. Recently, that same thing happened with Diamondback. Right? I've done a lot of Diamondback videos, but their first handgun they came out with was crap. I said that. They came out with another one, and they said, hey, would you take a look at it? I said, fine. We took a look at it.
It was better.
Yeah, it was better. We put up the video. I've done other videos for them, but they recently came out with a 5.7 AR that uses the 5.7 pistol magazines, right? And I reached out to Diamondback, and I was like, hey, can you send me one of those? I would like to see how that runs. Whoever's doing their social media went ballistic and said, oh, you did a negative thing about us, and we would never deal with you. I'm like, these guys, are they serious? Like, I've put up all these videos, including, yes, we did a negative video on that thing. You came out with a better version. We told you the truth, what we thought, but that person didn't see that. They just saw the negative stuff and went ballistic on me, and I have that email. I never put it out there or hit them with it. We're just talking about it now because this is the crap that you go through in the industry with people. If you make stuff, it's your responsibility to make good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all agree about that.
My responsibility, I feel, is I remember having to, when I bought a Tavor, I had to sell like 3 guns and put money in order to buy that thing. So I understand what it's like for that dude out there that only has a couple of guns, and he has to rationalize why he's going to be broke over buying this thing, and I don't want to screw him over, and I know I'm going to run into those people, and I care about them. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, but this whole thing is so convoluted and batshit crazy, and it's not just us in the gun world, it's in all, like I see it in the car world.
Every industry. No, it's in every industry. It's... Every industry has the same thing.
Yeah. So, Max says Diamondback, laugh out loud. Their ARs are not bad, but how can you mess up an AR? I don't know. If you mess up an AR, then you just need to shut down. He says, if I break it, I show it. I don't care who made it. I just posted the CZ Scorpion choking in the gauntlet, and all the trolls call me a CZ shill. They never overuse the word. You can't win.
See, I don't do reviews for the most part. That's not really my cup of tea, but I can understand the guns and gear attitude of like, if I don't like something, I don't want to show it off. Like, even if it's a bad product, like I just don't want to. I don't like it. I don't want to talk about it. So I kind of understand that attitude that some folks have of only showing good things. But no, every industry has this crap.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what industry it is. It's all everybody's got it.
If you're making stuff, don't you want to? And Walter, you can jump in on this. You're a manufacturer, right? People may go after you, but if you're making something, don't you want to make the best thing that you can make?
You should try to, yeah. Now, occasionally things aren't as good as some people think they should be. And you please most people, but some people you just can't please, no matter
Yes.
what you do.
Yeah.
Or some people are looking for things to be wrong, and or they're looking at things that could be wrong that it'll never affect anything aside from the fact that they don't like it. And but anyways, not the big. Yes, you try to do the best you can. Yeah. Once again, yeah. And I had somebody call today on the phone about one of our stocks he had a stock, one of our compact entry stocks, and when it was closed, it kind of opened. He called it had slop. So when it was in the closed position, it kind of moved back and forth. And he said none of his other stocks have any play. Now I know that's effing bullshit because every car stock ever made on the planet is. But anyways, nevertheless. So I said, well, sure, send it back. We'll get you out another one, no problem. We'll find one with less wiggle on the end. There's nothing I can do to stop all of that play because you got to have a little play for it to work. So we'll do what we can to fix it. We'll get it on.
Yeah.
And if worst come to worst, if somebody just doesn't want that, then I'll give you money back.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't try to modify it, I'll give you money back. So.
Yeah. So Max says, I asked how you could mess up an AK, and Century Arms said, "Hold my beer."
You can mess up an AK by trying to do it cheap. You can mess up an AK by not listening to the people who designed it right. We heard that one time, right? You can try to do it cheap again, and cheap again, and cheap again, and it just the AK is not like the space shuttle. Okay, it was
also,
designed
AKs
by
will jam.
an old...
AKs will jam, by the way, in case you don't know this. They do jam.
Never had that happen.
I've done it to an AK.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Well,
AKs, listen, an AK is wide open. An AK is all these guns are open, but AKs are more open than other things. So if you get the right stuff in there and the right thing goes wrong, boom, there you go. But I remember, so if you go way back to my mud video test, so remember Yak Yaz? When I bought the Tavor, Yak Yaz wanted to prove to me that the Tavor was crap and the AK was awesome. So he put that Tavor through stuff first, right? And he was like, "Oh, look at how I think we did a AR, we did the Tavor, and we saw how the Tavor actually it stopped running at some point, and the AR stopped running, right? We went through all of that. So then he was like, "Well, let me show you how awesome." So Yak Yaz was, that stands for what is it? You ain't cavalry, you ain't shit. That's what. So he was in cavalry, right?
He's one of those that. The pride before the fall.
He was in combat, all that kind of stuff. And so he was like, let me show you this AK, right? He went into the little swampy water thing that we're jumping in and out of and shot that AK and stripped off a shell casing inside of there, and he didn't have the rod, the cleaning rod on his AK. Done. That was it. It didn't even get through a whole magazine. It's on the video's out there. The mud torture test video is out there. So the gun that did the best was the Tavor. Okay, but any gun will fail if like the folks out there who think AKs are so awesome and they could run anything.
It's a
and you
machine.
Could do anything to them. Yeah, it's
machines.
Not true.
Anybody that works with machines know that machines fail. That's just the fact of life. Machines will fail eventually, especially if you put them through the wrong circumstances.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
Walter's very not happy about this. AKs can run anything, right, Walter?
No, I'm just thinking. Well, okay.
I listen. My crick has never failed. I'm just throwing.
Anything is a pretty.
You haven't done shit to your crick. That's why it's never failed.
Because I'm not. Okay, realistically, where am I going to go bogging through mud with my AK strapped under my belly and then have to go fight gorillas?
Most people buy a gun. Let's ask Mac this. What do you guys think? Most people, the average person who buys a gun, how much do you think they shoot that gun before they trade it up for the next gun? How many rounds? 100 rounds? Nope.
Couple hundred rounds.
Walter, how many rounds?
An AK would. Well, an AK, typically back in the old days when ammo was 10 cents a round, I'd go out and shoot 300 or 400 rounds at a setting, but maybe 500 rounds in an AK.
500? Wow, Walter, you went to 500. I've asked gun guys about this. they've told me that the average rifle has shot maybe 20 to 50 rounds before it comes back in there and that person's selling it.
See,
Oh, well.
crazy. Okay, but remember, we're not average. The people here and most of the people watching are not I would say, are not your average consumer. That's just a guess.
Right. The average handgun or the average, maybe a couple boxes of ammo.
Max
has a magazine or two. He also says, I can make an AK choke with a pinch of sand in the right or wrong spot.
Well, of course you can.
Yeah.
Once again, you can make an AR pinch too, my friend.
Anything.
You can make anything pinch with it.
The universe will conspire against you when you actually go into stuff. Let me tell you. Look, I have a SIG. I have a SIG. We have a lot of
guns that come in on trade that have never been fired.
Yep, that's the thing.
I've talked to people. I run into people every once in a while that saw me back in the gun shows in the '90s. They bought an SKS. One time, a guy said, "Oh yeah, I bought an SKS from me and a case of ammo." I said, "You ever shoot it?" Nah, it's in the closet. That's from the '90s, and this was like in the 2000s, or like mid 2000s.
Yeah, people don't. Let me tell you something. I have a SIG 516 Patrol. I actually have pictures of it on my phone because I was trying out. I sent it to you guys, but no one. I sent those pictures to you guys, didn't even respond because you're both bastards. But
no, it's because I was too busy making sure that nobody was taking my parking spot.
So, you bastard. Listen, I have a 516 Patrol from SIG, right? Piston-driven gun. We've torture tested that. We've used that to torture test stuff and do all kinds of craziness. Gun always worked, right? Then I was going to do training with Reed Hendricks, right? And I took that gun, and he said, "You better bring a backup." All right, I brought my X95 along. So then when I get out there, he's like, well, he decides to show me how to clean and everything. He's like, okay, I'm going to show you to do this. So, because we're just hanging out, right, the night before the class. And he's like, okay, go through the gun and clean it. We went all through, cleaned it and everything. I was like, I don't need to clean this gun. So when we went out to actually start training, that gun kept jamming for some reason. I never saw that before. And he was like, dude, we don't have time for that. You got to switch to another gun. Mm-hmm. And I switched to the X95. I never expected, I'm telling you, in a million years, I didn't expect a SIG 516 Patrol piston-driven gun that I've had for years to all of a sudden not work under pressure. It happens.
My AR, it is my own fault for not doing a thorough cleaning before I went on that helicopter shoot. Choked bad on that helicopter. We were doing drills. And I don't know, 5, 6 misfires out of 100 rounds.
The gun just gets nervous for some crazy reason.
Well, again, it was my fault for not doing a proper cleaning. I shoot that thing suppressed until it stops working. Because I don't necessarily depend on it for my life and liberty, I have lots of guns for that. So I just shoot it and then it starts choking. But if that gun choked
when you needed it, then what?
I don't
You're going to say, excuse me, Mr. Bad Guy, this doesn't usually happen to me.
See, that's the thing.
That's what a bait that's for, okay?
I got other things that haven't choked that, at least in my experience of not choked, that I use for those situations. But this never going to happen. But anyways, but no, it was the same thing. That was my AR for a long time, and then, I was like, this is my life and liberty gun. Took it out there and it choked, and I was like, holy shit, I need to clean this way more often. This thing is not up to snuff right now. So
yeah. By the way, I'm going to share those pictures with you guys anyway before we move on here, since you're both bastards. And no one appreciated my pictures that I shared with you all. No, we're going to look at the pictures.
Let me show. Thursday.
No.
I'm sorry, no.
Last
Wednesday.
Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm going to show. So check this out.
This is an A2.
This is an A2. This is an A2 flash hider right here on the SIG, right? And this is the Griffin Armament A2 adapter. So you put this. This comes in 2 pieces. You put that on, then you put the other part on, and then you So for example, this is that YHN Yankee Hill YHM Yankee Hill Machine R9. And then it can go on there. So anyway, I just wanted to share that.
I'm not laughing at your picture. I'm just laughing at Friday's show. You'll know why.
Oh, why are you laughing at Friday's show? What happened?
You talked to somebody about that, and he
Oh yeah. I was talking to Kevin Brittingham about he doesn't like the universal suppressor standard. He wants you to buy a suppressor for every gun. That's awesome. When you're super wealthy, you can do whatever you want. You can every gun can be integrally suppressed. So
That's Hank's dream. He would have cars, and every gun would be integrally suppressed.
yeah. Let's see. Military Arms Channel says that's why one pouch on my chest rig has a can of gun scrubber. Yeah, it looks stupid, but I'm the one laughing when I need to combat clean my weapon.
I was just thinking about all this, talk about AKs not working and all this stuff. I mean, back in the day when I got my first AK, which is a Chinese Type 56, Norinco made Type 56. I left it one time with corrosive ammo, and the gas piston got stuck in the port. I took a shoe, whacked the handle, back in business. Boom, 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 boom. Now you can say all you want about AKs, but you give me that old Chinese, old school AK, and that fucking thing will run to you. It'll run longer than you run. So,
unless it
that's
doesn't
my
run.
opinion. With military ammo, not with prissy ammo, not with fancy stuff, just regular old corrosive ammo that'll shoot all day long.
If the Middle East has shown us anything, it will run longer than you run, and then continue running when the guy picks it up off your body. And then picks it up off the next body.
Africa.
Yeah.
They use that shit in Africa. They get no care. Nothing. Zero.
Nope.
Not a drop of oil. Nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
Those things out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good until it happens to you.
We're
That's
not.
the way I think about it.
Well, all I'm just saying is, look at the pictures of all the combatants all over the world. Do you see them carrying AR-15s or M16s?
No, for sure. I see people carrying AKs,
Because
but can I ask you a question?
Okay, let's go back in time a little bit.
Let me ask you a question. Who run things? Who run things, man? Who runs things? Who runs things on this planet? Like, you can have all these countries can have stuff all they want to. Who runs things?
I'm not sure the answer either, so.
Yeah, not sure what.
Like, who's on top of the food chain? Who is on top
Depends
of the
where you
food chain?
Humans?
The U.S.
Yeah, America. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, go back to the old days, back in the 80s, back in Contra and middle, Central America. Those poor guys that got. Well, anyways,
Listen, I agree with you, but you aren't necessarily seeing what people are doing with their, I get it. I'm an AK fan as well. Trust me, okay? But you're not
saying it's
necessarily seeing
Wait.
everything.
You remember us complaining about? Listen, I support the Second Amendment, but
Yeah.
here it is. Listen, I'm an AK fan.
I'm just trying to
but-
tell you everything could jam on you. You just finished saying that. Everything could jam on you.
Yes.
Because you guys have
Yes.
never seen an AK jam, you haven't shot enough AKs. So,
I'm just being hard on you for payback for being a.
so what? You want to tell a story about me? Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell your
Do
story.
you really
that
want
you
to? Because
don't care.
I was really mad.
I don't care. You can be mad all you want to. I don't care. Go
All
ahead.
right, so-
Tell your story. Tell your story.
First off, let's preface by
Hold
saying
on.
that
First
I
a
have
second.
taken-
Hold on. Wait. First of all, you sure you want to get into this, right?
I have taken Hank.
You're 100% sure.
To the car
Okay.
dealership multiple times to drop off the Audi for work, to do this for the Audi, to get multiple times. Wednesday rolls around, I drop my car off at 7 a.m. To get a wiper replaced. They call me on Friday, and they're like, "Hey, car's ready. Come pick it up." So I call Hank like noon on Friday. I'm like, "Hey, can you?" His studio is like 2 minutes down the road. I was like, "Can you come grab me and drop me off at the Ford dealership, which is also right next to the studio?"
Can I ask you a question? When you first called me, did you speak to me?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You didn't actually speak to me. You didn't get through to me, did you? Did you get through to me, sir?
I think
If
I
you're
did.
gonna
And you
tell
said,
this
"Let me
story,
call you
tell the
back."
truth.
You said, "Let me call you back," and then I was on the
so
toilet,
I did-
so I said, "Oh, let me call you back."
So I didn't answer you then. So when you called me the first time, did I answer you, sir?
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You
did.
answered and said, "Let me call you back."
No, I didn't answer. I texted you, and I said, "Hey, let me call you back."
So he was beating his meat a little too much.
Right. Because I don't know, working. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
I said- so he calls me back and I said,
No,
"Can
wait.
you do me a favor?"
Hold on a second. When I actually called you back, then you told me, "Hey, I'm in a meeting now," right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then later you called me back again, right? So this is the third phone call.
Okay, so
Okay,
I said,
go
hey,
ahead. Tell the story.
do me a favor and take me to drop me at the Ford dealer so I can pick up my car. And Hank says no. And I said, okay, why? And Hank goes, I don't want to lose my parking spot.
I just finished putting my car in the shade, the prime parking spot, because all this time beating around the bush, I didn't know what it was you wanted, and I just put my car in the prime parking spot, and I said, no, I'm not moving my car. Nope. I'm not. I got no shame of that.
Yeah, no, that's some.
And what did I offer to do? Did I offer to get you a Lyft or Uber or something?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
What's wrong with that?
Ford gets me a free one. I don't give a shit about that. It's the fact that if they down for a shaded parking spot for a fucking car.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. Now, Military Arms Channel says this sounds like a Joe Biden staff meeting. Let me ask you this: Did someone recently spend $1,500 buying an MP5 kit on your behalf? I'm just curious.
You're really pushing my buttons tonight, man.
I don't know. Did that?
Really pushing my buttons tonight.
By the way.
And on that note, I think I'll go get a Coke.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants to go there, because when those kits came up, Lola said, "Yeah, I think you should just buy 2 of those, rebuild them both, and sell one." And I said, "You know what, Lola? Babyface will never forgive me. I can't do that to him because I love him so much. I can't stand the pain in his." I'm sorry, I can't say that. I can't even say that with a straight face. But yeah, listen, dude, there's no way I'm a New Yorker, okay? When it comes to parking, if I get a prime spot, I'm not freaking moving. That's the truth. I have no shame. No shame about it. So.
And on that note,
yeah, he's still mad though. He's worse than the Modlite systems, dude.
Hey everybody, I'm glad I don't live up there, And we need this little prissy cat fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't believe that he's still going. He's still mad about it. That's all right. Hey, listen, by the way, did someone come pick you up? Did you get up there okay?
You really
opt out of gun control says shit just got real, and Max says if looks could kill. So you're still. I am not moving. And once I put my car in a nice shaded spot and my baby's okay and the sun's not beating down on it and it's able to stay nice and cool, I'm not freaking moving it. I can't live with myself if somebody else gets that spot. So, So, but I'm glad I'm glad you survived though, babyface. I was worried about you for a couple. Lola's telling me to say I'm sorry. Look, he's mad. He's not. That's not going to mean anything to him. He doesn't want to hear that.
Because it's meaningless. I don't want to hear I'm sorry because it's fucking meaningless.
All he wants to hear is yes, I'm coming to get you right now, sir. What am I driving, Miss Daisy?
How many times have I dropped your ass off at the Audi dealership for your $200,000 car? Listen, I was driving down the road and it said I was one road over. Oh, God forbid my $200,000 car can't
Lola
have
says next topic. James Miller says, what would have made it worth losing your parking spot? A better parking spot.
All I got to say is my AK is still better than yours, bitch.
Yeah. Max says, Hank, the sun moves. It's only shaded for a short time. You left a brother stranded.
Yes, it did. I hadn't had a car for 3 days. Not that matters. I had plenty of food at the house. I'm not starving.
I offered to use my app and get him a Lyft.
Why am I make you pay for an Uber when Ford does it for free? I don't want to sit in an Uber.
So then why didn't you call Ford? Why'd you call, Listen, if it was really bad, I could have called up Lola to leave work and come get you.
Oh my God. It would have cost Lola to leave the hospital to not lose a part.
Okay, now you're going to make him lose it. Just stop teasing him already.
No, there's no way in hell. You don't know the wars that go on over here at this building in regards to that particular parking spot that I put, and the sun has no effect onto there. It's an actual like physical awning that there's only one in the building, and no one else parked there until I had my studio here, and I started parking there, and then now it's a big, because no one had the cojones to park over there. Everyone thought like, oh, maybe I'm not allowed to park here. I personally could care less, so I would park there. Now everyone wants to do it, and it's like a whole thing. So when I get in there and my car is out of the sun, no, I'm not moving it. Nope. No apologies. No
Seems
apologies.
that way.
Yeah. James Miller says, Hank, you're going to make him say it. He missed you. He wanted to spend some... No, he didn't want no damn bro time. The only bro time he has is for that MP... Since that MP5 came into the picture, Babyface doesn't know me. He doesn't know me. He only knows that MP5 now. That's it. That's all he knows.
I'm legit so close to hanging up on this call.
So here we go. I think Black Sword Shinobi says, I'm not anything. I'm confused. So, no, he doesn't understand, but, whatever. But you survived, though. You did okay, right?
Nope.
Did you get...
No,
did
I
you
got
get,
COVID now.
Did you...
Yeah, COVID-19.
Did you get assaulted when you went over there? Did the Uber driver trust you in the wrong place?
He put something in my butt, and I didn't like it.
Bruce Ludman says, Babyface, if you called him for a ride to go pick up a bullpup? Question mark.
That won't ever happen now. You can guarantee that.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what happens the next time that I need a ride, Babyface? You coming to get me?
Fucking ride for me. You can call it.
Get you an Uber.
I won't even. No, fuck no. I ain't even offering an Uber. You'd be getting an Uber for me. You got the app on your cell phone. You do it.
The other day he saw me. I was just driving along, and he calls me up. He goes, you know what? I just saw some fuckboy in an Audi R8.
Howdy.
That's
right.
literally what he said to me. And I started looking around, and he was right behind me.
I was fine, but I tried to get up next to you, but the car in front of us would not pull up further.
Good for you, man, because I don't think that Mustang can't go. That Mustang's not allowed to drive next to the R8. Okay.
Oh God.
Kathleen Music Lover says, this is to you, Babyface. She says, you got butt hurt, literally. DCG44 says, duel at dawn tomorrow. I think that's how these guys, I would suggest that actually to Modlite if they have a problem with Real Dirty Harry, but I don't think that's going to work out for them.
Ain't going to work out well, probably. No.
That's not necessarily a good thing. Just to wrap that all up, because I know we've been talking about that probably the whole show. I don't think that was all worth going all crazy about. So
no, not really.
But if Modlite wants to, I will get Babyface as an apology to Babyface. We will let Babyface test your stuff gently.
Oh yeah,
not drop it at all.
I already made the mistake of saying that they were cloud defense, so they're not sending me shit now.
Yeah, you kind of dug yourself a hole there. Yeah.
Listen, I know you guys don't like when people torture stuff, but I don't know exactly what you want. Like some stuff gets beaten up. Like you guys don't actually, some of us here can't go prone and shoot and all that kind of stuff. Like an animal.
Yeah, like a freaking animal on the ground. Yeah.
I mean, some of us, our guns stay in the safe all babied and,
That's not true.
They don't ever get scratches and stuff like that, so.
Oh, that's definitely not true.
Yeah. John, what is this? John Voorhees says, if
I don't have
called
1,000.
you up saying he had a bullpup, you would be there in a minute. No, actually, no. Not in that case. Not if I just got the prime parking spot. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you would.
No.
If I said I had an arm pistol, you'd give that parking spot up.
Yes, yes, I would actually. For the arm pistol, yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So
We'll
anyway,
see.
Babyface, he'll get over it. He won't be mad forever.
I gotta go
I
shoot.
think you know me.
He won't be mad. He'll be fine. He'll survive. He's not gonna stay that mad. The next time he needs to shoot something on the range, he'll know me. Next time he's out there, he needs some ammo. He'll be over it. He'll be all right.
Hey, everybody, ring the bell.
He'll get over it. Now, he might never come. If I call him up, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that one of these days. Just out of the blue when he's not expecting it. I'm going to call him up and see if he'll come pick me up somewhere.
Oh,
We'll see
I
what
don't think
happens.
you're going to get it.
It depends. It depends. We'll see the situation. It depends on the situation that's going on. So, you probably won't be bringing me donuts anytime soon, though. I'm pretty
Donuts.
sure. I'm pretty sure of that. All right, good. What else do we want to talk about here? I'll let you choose, babyface. Go ahead.
I'm done. I'm done for 20 minutes. The show's over for me. I got a sandwich to eat. You guys enjoy.
You're fine. You're fine. Let's see. What else do we want to? Did we go through everything here? Did everyone get all their questions answered? Anyone want to know anything else about this? Let's talk about. You want to do some Florida man stuff, Walt? Since babyface is disengaged. Florida reloader spark fire, igniting 100 pounds of powder and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. This is on The Truth About Guns. 2 people have been hospitalized for burns suffered after touching off a fire, apparently while loading ammunition in Venice, Florida. The home on
South
Sunset.
of me.
Yep, the home on Sunset Beach was engulfed in flames. That's black smoke. When crews arrived Thursday afternoon, they reported hearing pops of exploding ammunition. As the fire burned through the house and garage, nearby residents had to be temporarily evacuated. The garage is where 2 people were apparently hand-filling rounds of ammunition when the fire started. In addition to the powder and ammo, the house also contained tanks of oxygen and acetylene, which apparently didn't blow because they're engineered not to. It was a dangerous enough situation that neighbors were evacuated and firemen used automated units to douse the flames. The firefighters got the 2-alarm fire under control by using unmanned monitors to spray water under the structure. And it goes on to say, we certainly hope the 2 people who were burned make a full recovery, but if we know our readers at all, we'll guess they'll be most upset over the loss of 10,000 rounds of ammunition, given current prices and availability.
Really?
What do you think about that, Walt?
10,000 is not that much, really.
There's some shenanigans. First of all, I don't think the ammo was going off. Maybe primers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details, but yeah, I mean, the firemen show up and they're pretty skittish when they hear. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if they don't know what's in there, but how did these guys how did they start this fire? Because people reload like this all the time.
Yep.
There might have been some other things going on here, some other, underlying causes. Yeah. Or some drink involved. I don't know. It's probably not a good idea to drink and reload. I would ask Babyface about this, since he's the guy who reloads around here, but he's all mad. He's all mad. So he doesn't have anything to say about it. Let me see. I'm trying to look at this video to see how bad this fire was. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Yeah, you can see, if you look at this here, you can see this this burning from, this is like a little quick video here that's Venice house explosion. Come on, what's going on with this thing?
I'm looking at some other stuff here.
Load. Okay, you guys don't care about that? Nobody cares about that. What can I say?
Well, not too much, really.
Okay. You don't care about those poor Floridians.
Well, that's not I can't say it's not like stupid Florida man stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, because I don't know what happened, but,
Yeah.
Not like the dude that's running around, stuffing pork loins in his pants at the Walmart or something, It's like,
right. Yeah.
Did that happen recently or something?
No, I mean, that's the typical thing that goes on with people stealing meat. So, Hey, here's one for you, Patrick. Rifle Dynamics, limited edition, Poppies of War, print AK stock pouch.
Oh, I want one of their stock pouches.
Yeah.
Where do
Rifle
you see
Dynamics
this, Walt?
This is on the Truth About Firearms blog, and it is right at the frickin'. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Is that the top page?
I thought there was an
it's a
MP5 thing on the top of there.
No, it's not the first story. It's down. It's down about 3/4 of the way down the first page. Right below the.
Poppies.
Right above the Poppies of War.
Yeah, I don't see anything with the Poppies of War.
I just want a regular one. I don't necessarily need the Poppies of War one.
What the hell am I looking at here?
I don't even
Anyways.
see that on the firearms blog.
Really?
A limited edition collaborative triangle stock pouch features the OTTE gear and Bawidowaman Poppies of War print all over the PKM, AK-74 RPGs, and all other favorite weaponry in a canvas material.
Oh, what they want 2 bills for that or something?
I bet you it's expensive. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't see it. I still don't see it.
Mm.
So.
Okay, there's a regular stock pouch, a black one, I guess. What are you supposed to carry in there? Extra ammo or something, or
Cleaning kit, stuff like that, I think.
Your pipe for smoking a hashish or something, or what?
They want half a Walther buck for that.
50 simoleons for a canvas pouch.
Half a, well, okay, so the regular canvas pouch is is almost a half a Walther buck. It's $45. So.
Okay. Well, what else? For the guy that has everything.
I wanted one for my crink, but yeah, I'm not parting ways with 45 simoleons for
simoleons, yeah,
for a little pouch like that.
Yeah, to each his own,
So I think this article just actually went up here because I see this on AmmoLand.
Where is it?
Let me see. It looks like it's from John Crump. So if you go to AmmoLand and you look at the first article, it's actually looks like it's about the whole Q situation. It says leaks show multiple companies targeted over pistol braces and history of ATF hostility. And it shows Kevin Brittingham holding up a sign saying the ATF is bracist. According to multiple sources, including those of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the former Department Assistant Director of Enforcement Programs and Services, Curtis W. Gilbert, discussed pistol braces at multiple meetings with other ATF employees. The current Department Assistant Director of Enforcement, Andrew Graham, has also expressed hostility to pistol braces in internal ATF meetings with staff members. The same sources believe the ATF didn't move on the pistol braces earlier because the agency didn't think they had the political capital to regulate braces. And then the ATF's law enforcement side sent a cease and desist letter to Q LLC. With the presidential election closing in next month, the agency targeted Q's Honey Badger AR pistol equipped with a brace and a barrel less than 16 inches in length. And they said they believed there was an SBR. Says Q LLC Arms is the only company to go public that the ATF sent it a cease and desist over the firearm with a pistol brace. AmmoLand News has learned from contacts that the agency served multiple companies with similar cease and desist letters. The ATF believes that certain manufacturers have pushed past the legal boundaries of what's considered a pistol brace. AmmoLand News has been able to verify that the ATF has recently sent out letters to other manufacturers but has not obtained the names of the targeted companies. It's not clear if these companies are in possession of their letters and if they will get the same 60-day stay as Q LLC. They suspended. So obviously, you guys remember they suspended that. So basically, there's other letters floating out around there, but maybe those companies don't want you all to know, so you keep buying those things. And I'm going to assume that they probably got the same suspension of the cease and desist order. So we'll see what happens here after the elections.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Kathleen Music Lover says ATF is an illegal agency. Yeah, there's there's going to be more shenanigans there, but I think for sure if they get the political cover, that's what they want to do. I don't think they've ever liked the idea of the pistol braces out there, and Max says that's been the rumor for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
But it's not a matter of it's not a matter of those people not liking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of that it was approved by the ATF, probably multiple times, So, but now that doesn't matter anymore. Now it's all a personal thing. I don't like it. We don't like it. It's like, well, that's too effing bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only question is whether or not it's a stock. It's not a stock. It's a brace. So, and I think the angle here of whether they want to disenfranchise people who are disabled and can't properly secure that, these guns. What do they want to do about that? And then the other stuff is moot. If it's okay, it's like saying, you know what? Wheelchairs are only for people who can't walk. That's not true. Anybody can get a wheelchair and wield them. Oh, so what's those little scooters you see in the supermarket?
Yeah,
what are those called?
Well, these people sitting riding around that.
Yeah. I forgot what those things are called, but I think that. So, for example, when we were at SEMA last year, Walter, there were a bunch of kids that just went and rented those, and they were riding around SEMA.
Riding around on them, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with them. They just didn't want to,
Walk. It's called walk.
Yeah. Max says no one has any proof yet, and those companies haven't come forward, which then puts their customers at risk. He says, so if they have such letters, they better tell their customers.
Well, if they have such letters, they'd better off coming out and getting together with the people who have the letters and kind of forming a alliance or something.
Yeah. Max says those are called fat scooters. I thought those were called something else, like not roto-rooters. I always want to say roto-root. I know that's not what it is. Those scooters are called something like weasels. What the hell are those things called? Armament and Access says yes, fat scooters. No, that's not the name.
They're called a pain in the ass. That's what they're called.
Yeah, but there's
somebody else that doesn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't need that, and they go get those and they ride around with them anyway. That's not illegal. People can identify as whatever they want to now anyway.
You're
Rascal, that's the name of it. Yeah. A rascal. There you go. Thanks, CB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your flat blade screwdriver is not illegal either until you stab your neighbor with it, right?
Say that again.
Well, that's what the flat. Your regular flat blade screwdriver is not a weapon until you use it to kill your neighbor with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same analogy. People ask me about the braces. I say, well, as ATF said, if you use it and without modifications or changes, then it is what it is. But I say if you use a screwdriver like a screwdriver, it's fine. But when you start poking your neighbors with it, it's a weapon.
Yeah. Right? By the way, Opt-out of Gun Control says, I'm fat and disabled and don't use those things, so F both of y'all. First of all, Opt-out of Gun Control is so solid. He's like those characters in a comic book, right? That their density is heavier than what they actually are. So I'm pretty sure a rascal isn't going anywhere if he sat on that thing anyway. I'm just saying, man. Yeah. That guy's got like Popeye arms and legs and everything. So I don't really understand. And Kathleen Music Lover says, so is a brace pistol more lethal than a rifle with shorter legal barrel?
Hey, is a rifle without a bayonet lug safer than one with a bayonet lug?
You know it is.
Or without a muzzle?
Feinstein knows it is.
Or without a muzzle brake?
Oh, you know it is.
Yeah. I always wanted to ask these people, tell me the last time anybody in the United States, a documented case of somebody being bayoneted with a bayonet on a rifle.
So what was the reason that they banned those things back in the days?
Well, that was scary.
The bayonet lug.
The bayonet lug, you couldn't put the scary bayonet on.
Okay.
So you could have a muzzle brake, but you couldn't have an evil flash hider.
Well, what was wrong with the flash hider?
Well, you might hide your flash from the Pope or something.
Okay. All right.
You know where I'm going. It's
I get it. Yeah. There wasn't really a good reason. It didn't make sense.
It's just, it's like it's scary. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we can't do it with a 10-round magazine. 10-round magazines aren't lethal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Civil War. Chris Bullis says Civil War, Walter. Bayonet. Yeah, that was the last time probably an American was bayoneted with a bayonet on a rifle.
Yeah.
The Civil
Have you
War.
seen the stories of the most recent bayonet charges undertaken by military?
The British one?
Yeah, the British one in 2013 or 14. They just mounted bayonets and charged at the guys, and the guys just scattered.
Yeah, they ran like, yeah.
Yeah, they killed like 10 dudes with bayonets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so wait, they actually jabbed up people.
Oh,
the British did it to the Iraqis, I think, right? Yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
They were pinned down by Iraqi fire, a terrorist fire. I don't know if it was Iraqis or what, but a bunch of terrorists and surrounded them. The guy said, "Fix bayonets," and everybody went, "Okay." And they just jabbed a bunch of people, killed 10 of them, and the rest of them ran.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you're serious.
If you want to read some interesting things, go look up the stories of bayonet charges. That's some scary stuff. Because what are you going to do to fight back against a guy who's just running at you with a sword blade?
The Gurkhas, read about the Gurkhas too. The British Gurkhas and the Kukri. They're pretty good with that too.
I think I think it instills primal fear in you when some dudes are like screaming, coming at you.
They're gonna cut you up.
Yeah. By the way, listen, everyone who's out there hanging out with us, you need to smash the thumbs ups for nothing else other than we're awesome. There you go. We're awesome. Yeah. Even though some of us don't pick up other people when their cars are parked.
Oh, don't start that again.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Okay, I won't. But smash those thumbs ups out there, all right? We need it and we appreciate it. Okay, I think we could probably. We have 5 minutes to get to 100 thumbs ups. What's up, Walt?
Guess what I'm doing at the shop?
What are you doing?
I'm replacing all the fluorescent lamps with LED ones, the 8-foot LED lamp.
Oh, tree hugger! You just became a tree hugger.
No, man, it ain't about
Undercover.
saving money or. They are so effing bright. It's like sunlight inside the shop. So
too much.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what's funny? So this I know this is going back to the bayonet thing and the charge and all that. Did anyone other than me see the most horrible movie this year, Hobbs and Shaw? Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Did you guys see this movie?
Mm.
Oh, okay. There's a part of this movie where all these Samoan dudes that don't have guns go up against a bunch of cyborg gun-toting dudes. And all they do is they do this, the Samoan chants and cheers. And all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they charge them. But I think in the movie they said the guys have these stupid guns that are coded to their you know how this in a lot of movies you see this now, the guns are coded to their DNA or whatever, so they're the only ones who could shoot it. So they hacked into their things and stopped them from being able to shoot them for a limited time. And I was looking at this. It took me I had to try to watch this movie about 6 or 7 times to actually, go through the whole thing to see it. And I was like, this is crazy. One, this is why you need old school guns that can never be hacked. I don't really need my gun to get on the internet, And two, hold on. Uh-oh, Peggy Keller sent me a picture of you, Walt.
Uh-oh, what am I doing?
Apparently... in the morning, you like to brush your teeth with nothing on. Here, let me show this. Wait, hey, Babyface, what happened to that picture we were supposed to show?
I am not about to Photoshop that and get us in trouble. It would be difficult to. There's a lot there to
You
Photoshop.
tried Photoshopping that thing?
I'm not going to. I'm just going to enjoy it to myself.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, let me show this picture that Peggy sent. Are you guys ready for this? I hope everyone's ready. Okay, let's see this picture here. Hold on a second. It's not Walt in the shower.
All right.
This is Walt up on the... what are you on? Oh, you're on the forklift. So this is you up in the rafters changing the lights. Look at that.
Today, yeah.
Yeah, why do you have duct tape in your hand? I noticed you got to... why are you doing that? What's up with
up on the ceiling inside the shop, there's insulation, right? And when they redid the roof, they knocked that insulation loose, and it's been hanging.
Oh, I see.
So I got up there and duct taped it back up to the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm standing on a pallet on a forklift. So
Yeah, Armament Axis says Hobbs and Shaw was 2019. Okay, I stand corrected. Horribly wrong. Still a horrible movie. Any movie where they've got where actual bad guys have guns encoded with their DNA makes no freaking sense. When I saw that in James Bond, I was like, so he's a spy, but he's got a gun that's coded to his fingerprints, because nobody's going to find that and say, yeah, this was definitely your gun that killed, the prime minister of so-and-so.
Yeah, I'm going to be a wise ass here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're watching James Bond. Did Q make that gun? You know what I'm talking about, Hank.
Oh, boy. You had to go there.
Q and James Bond, Q.
I get it. I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Okay.
Staying
Inside
away
joke.
from that. That was the worst movie I've seen. The worst movie. Really bad. Bruce Ludman says, I hope OSHA isn't watching tonight. To see what you were doing up there, Walter. Yeah, you didn't have one of those ropes tied around your waist in case you fell off of that thing.
No, I sure didn't.
Chris Bullis said movie sucked.
And I got 12. I got.
You got what?
Go ahead.
No.
I said I got 12 more of them to do.
Oh God.
Yes. And you know what's funny about your shop, Walter? It's probably hot as balls up there. That's probably the hottest part of the shop.
It's not really bad right now. Today there was actually, with all this wind we had today, it was breezy. It was a pretty good breeze coming to the shop, so it was all right.
Yeah. Okay, listen. We came to 9 o'clock. No one is... if I go outside, babyface, and my tires are flat, yeah. You know where I'm going after that. But anyway, we got to the end of this here. We got to wrap it up a little bit. I think it was a good Monday. It was a good Monday here. Let me see what's so let's see. Let's do this. Let's go to Babyface and find out how you guys can get in touch with him.
YouTube.com. YouTube.com/babyfaceP. The latest MP5 video went live this morning. We'll have more coming next week. Oh, and I'm going to be giving something away soon. I was in contact. I got contacted by a company that makes this thing called the Lockdown Puck. So I'm testing it out, and I'm going to have one to give away in maybe next week.
What does it lock down?
You put it in your safe, and you put this little magnet next to it, and it tells you the temperature, the humidity, if the door is being jiggled, if the door is open or closed. It tells you a whole bunch of stuff. It's all Wi-Fi connected. It's pretty neat. So I have one more. They gave me two. I'm testing one so I can make sure I like it. And then the second one we're going to give away to somebody maybe next week. We'll figure it out.
Okay, awesome. And whoever helped you get that MP5 must be a saint. That's all I can say. However, whoever helped you get your hands on that MP5 is such a saintly person that they could do no wrong. There's nothing that you could probably get mad at them about. What's up, Walt?
DCG44S says, because Walter's not a pussy. That's why I don't have a belt thing on,
All right. Walter, how can the people keep track of you?
Well, I'll be on top of that forklift changing some more lights. No, not tomorrow. Right. I had to order some more. I was testing them out. I ordered two of them to see how they were, and I was really impressed how bright they are. They're pretty good. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Safety Hour Firearms. Also, Dirtfoot Racing. If you want to see some of the debauchery and the racing at the Cabbage Patch, that's on YouTube and Facebook under Safety Hour Firearms. Mm-hmm. We call shop or then StenParts.com for all your Stent Parts needs.
Yeah. Someone is saying that Babyface P is going to quit us and go work for some other people.
Hey, if anybody wants to pay me more than zero, I will come work for you. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We feed you in ammo. You get cool
for the
stuff.
Most part.
Don't lie. You get some.
I got this. Through the entire transaction, I got this so far, so that's not too bad.
I don't even know what that is. I've never seen that.
Came from Avant Link.
Oh, sweet.
You probably have an email asking if you want to review it. So, because I responded right away and said, "Yeah, send it out. I'll review it and give one away. Hell yeah."
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I need free content. Why not?
Is it cool? Is it cool though?
So far, it's cool. It shows the biggest thing is it shows you temp. It shows you temp and humidity, which here in Florida Yeah, here in Florida, humidity is like the biggest killer of guns in an outdoor safe.
No.
So that's a big win for me.
No. Humidity?
So once I get the video up, we'll give one away. So you guys stay tuned for that. It'll be a Friday video. It might not be this Friday. It might be next Friday. But whoever, I think they want to give one away on their website. So they're gonna, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right. So we will look forward to that. If you guys want to support me, you can go to hankstrange.com and find all the different ways over there. Big thanks to Franklin Armory. You guys stay right there. I'm going to run in the end of the show right now. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. We're going to strip out the audio from this and throw it up on your favorite like iTunes and different places like that you guys that you go to listen to your audio podcast stuff from. Big thanks to Babyface P. There he goes. Look, he's still mad. He's not as mad now. He's not as mad. He went from red to gray. He's like a mild gray right now, so he's okay. He's not too bad. And big thanks to Walter as well out there. And all you folks for hanging out with us. You can still smash the thumbs ups. Come on. You guys can still smash the thumbs ups before we get out of here. But I appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. We are out of here. Peace. Who wants the last word? There you go. Calling all cows. We're out.
Woo!
Peace.